Once upon a time, aka 2 or 3 weeks ago on a live stream, I woke up and wondered, hey, what is the most effective, what is the most efficient, and what's the fastest way to get XP on Far Cry 5 Arcade? I went scouring the internet looking for the best methods, looking for any sort of guide whatsoever on how to build up that juicy XP, but alas, nothing was found. The only thing that I managed to find were just a bunch of videos of people killing a bunch of things in Assault, but not really explaining a full breakdown or anything. This ended up causing more questions instead of giving me the answers that I was looking for. So, with the help of my subscribers, I decided to set out on a mission to be able to do a full breakdown on how the XP system works in the Far Cry 5 Arcade. If you're not interested in the breakdown and you only want the immediate answer, you're only seeking the definite answer, then you can just fast forward to whatever that point is on the video. I've put the number on the screen there, but the rest of us, we're going to continue on. So in order to figure out the answer to our main questions of what is the fastest and what is the best way of getting XP in this game, we need to ask ourselves a few more questions, which should already be on your screen right now. The videos always have you killing stuff, so we need to know if you can get any XP for killing stuff. We also need to know if you can get XP just by simply walking around. I mean, in journey mode, you don't have to actually kill anything to win, so there you go. And you still get a whole bunch of XP playing that. We also need to know if using any particular weapon is going to give some more XP, assuming that the enemies give more depending on how many you've killed. And we also need to know if basically not doing anything at all gives you XP. Going AFK and leaving the controller or keyboard away. We're going to be answering all those questions here and now. And first up is going to be the video where just me killing them after 3 minutes. Every game that we do here, it's all going to be under a 3-minute timer unless stated otherwise. So this is just me fast forwarding it. This is one of the few that I'll end up showing in the full game of, or at least fast motion. Everything else will just be video cutted, because if I showed everything, then by God, it's 5 hours work. So no way. So anyway, this is just me killing them after 3 minutes. This will be the standard. This is going to be a standard. This is where the standard starts, as you can see right there. So remember that amount. Remember that exact amount, because it'll be important for later. By the way, this is just a standard box map that someone made for me. Thank you very much, PJ1610, for doing this. Anyway, this next game here that you're seeing right now, this is a 10-minute game. This one is 10 minutes, and as you can see, it gets a lot more XP this time. It's way more than before. So it's quite a big increase. So I believe it's safe to say that time does impact the amount of XP you get. And just to be certain, here's me just ending the game immediately, just getting the instant victory. See, not very much that time. You can barely even see the bar go up. I'd have to like zoom in just to be able to show you. And so yeah, it's fair to say for sure that you get XP just by playing or being in the game. You don't even have to be doing anything. As I sat there for 10 minutes, still got XP anyway. So let's go on to our next question. Do modifiers affect XP? But before that, I had to reset the standard because I ended up leveling up, and that would have screwed up the whole results. So right here, I ended up just putting that new standard there. Do you want to go back to that part of the video? Now we're going to enter the modifier zone. Look at all these modifiers that are turned on, just for this example, just for this test, this demonstration. Crazy modifiers, most of them that are probably never going to be used for real. Anyway, waiting out for 3 minutes as I just fast forward the video off. And then I end up killing them so fast it didn't even show the slow-mo for some reason. I don't know, sometimes it does that. Anyway, as you noticed right there, I got the exact same XP for playing a 3-minute game. So yeah, it was the exact same, and yes, that was a 3-minute game, by the way. So it's fair to say that modifiers do not impact the XP. So we move on to traveling now, as I walk back and forth. Actually, no, this first one, I had the creator set a 10M goal away from the starting point, and the other goal is set on the other side, so that I'd end up having to run to the second one. So there's that 10M goal, and that was done in 3 minutes. I just stood there for 3 minutes. Same exact XP as a 3-minute game. So now here's the other one where you do have to run to it, and this is, for some reason, I decided not to cut that out, but I guess I just wanted to show off the fact that I was running around, even though you guys probably would have believed me anyway. So anyway, running around, 3 minutes. I waited for the 3-minute mark to hit, and then I went for the goal. And as you can see, it's not much different. It's the exact same XP. Nothing really much changed. It didn't really seem to matter, so it's fair to say that the amount of traveling time that you do, this taking steps, does not increase the amount of XP you get. And that also eliminates the next question. The one, would you get more XP for stepping around an assault, bounty, or outpost, or anything where you have to manually kill anything? So that question's gone. So now we go on to the next question. Does killing affect XP? So this is a 10 enemy game. I'm just setting the standard here. And yes, I'm going to be ending it in 3 minutes. All games are 3 minutes unless specified otherwise, of course. So this is a 3-minute game of me killing them in just 10 enemies in 3 minutes. Exact same XP right there. Not much has changed. We go on to the next map now. This one is 100 enemies. And the enemy limit count got massively increased as I go around and just pretty much nuke them all with the rocket launcher. They all got destroyed. The XP comes in, it comes out as the exact same amount. So it may be fair to say that the enemies, or the amount that you kill, do not give you any extra XP. So then we tried, and when I mean we, I mean myself, and the creator that made this map for me, we tried 10 Josephs, because those are different enemies. Usually they're considered boss enemies, so maybe they'll give more XP than the other one where I was killing just 10 normal soldiers. Killed 10 Josephs, and surprise, surprise, it actually gave the exact same amount. It didn't really impact anything. So it's safe to say that the enemy types or the amounts that you kill have no impact at all on the XP, as nothing ever seemed to change. All of this was done in 3 minutes, and all of it had the same XP. So I decided to go ahead and just do a different weapon anyway, even though we had our question answered. So I went in with a handgun and tried to kill them all in under 3 minutes, or at least around the 3-minute mark. Unfortunately, I was unsuccessful. I didn't manage to kill any of them in 3 minutes, and at least not all of them in time. So I ended up started panicking during the middle of the game, and I took out the rocket launcher in hopes that I could speed up and meet the time limit. But much to my embarrassment, I actually ended up finishing at 2 minutes 40 seconds, around there. But it didn't matter in the end anyway, despite that error, because I still got the same amount of XP. So now we have all of our question answered, and if you look at there, you just look at all the answers, you can see that the only one that checked off as a yes is the AFK. So that led me to believe one thing, that the XP given in Arcade is derived by time. And with that opens up a whole new set of questions to ask. Do we get XP for being in the loadout menu still, or do we still get XP even on failing? We know that it's all about time, and I'm going to save that big time versus for last. We're going to go in order, and the next one that's going to be up is, do you still get XP for just being in the loadout menu? That would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? It'd be pretty weird that, you're not even playing, and yet you're just sitting there in the loadout menu, but yet somehow you get rewarded? What? Well, we're going to see this. We're going to find out the answer right now as I end up putting the fast forward on there. I'm not really sure why I put that on there. I should have just cut right to the end. But, oh well, it's there. It's still ×8 the normal speed, and I'm still going to end it at the 3-minute mark. It's a nice box that the PJ made for me. Being trapped underneath the ground. Killing my enemies from below. Just shooting a rocket. I killed the enemy so fast it didn't even say the assault that time. So as you can see, I still got the same XP. It didn't matter that I was in the loadout menu, so that is helpful to know. I suppose they did that in case you have a co-op partner, I mean, you may have a co-op partner and you die a lot, you end up being in the loadout menu. That's probably why they did that. That's probably why it's turned on like that. Anyway, I just did another game to do an instant kill to show you there. Right next to the one after that. Unfortunately, I did not get footage of being in the pause menu, but I can definitely verify to you guys that you don't get XP for being in the pause menu. You have to be in the loadout or in the actual game. If you want to do a test yourself and see for yourself, go right ahead. So now we're coming up to our last question before we can answer the big almighty one. And this one is, can you still get XP for failing a mission, aka dying or just getting killed? So this one I ended up waiting 3 minutes and committed suicide with the infinite grenades that were provided. It just made it so easy as I, well, died underneath the ground. That's pretty much where most corpses go, isn't it? Anyway, did that. Still the exact same XP, nothing's changed. So there you have it. These are the answers to our questions. And now that we've done that, I will begin to show you what a 10-minute game is again. I will show you what a 20-minute game is, and then I'll show you what a 5-hour game is. The 5-hour one was bloody awful. I had to do it twice because the first time I ended up disconnecting from the internet. So I was quite tired after that. Well, that's what a 20-minute game looks like. It's massive. It's a big increase. And for the most players that play every day, it doesn't really feel like a big increase, but trust me, that's a lot. Now here's what the 5-hour one looks like. This one was very interesting. It's the exact same amount as the 20-minute one. After playing for 5 hours, so there is a throttling in place. So now the next mission was to figure out where that throttle kicked in. As I started measuring, I ended up just putting stamps on each one. I didn't really have a necessarily ruler. I didn't have a ruler to actually measure with, so I just used a box instead and shaped it the same size. And then I ended up putting the boxes together and just measured it from there. Judging by my calculations, the throttling kicks in at the 15-minute mark. I didn't actually do a test for the 15 minutes because by the time I did this, I was just tired. Doing 2 5 hours in a row. It was not good. It was not good. The estimation's that the throttle kicks in at the 15-minute mark. So now that we have this knowledge, we can finally answer that question of what gives you the most XP possible, what's the best way, what's the best method. Well, I can tell you right now the best method is to just play PvP with your friends. You're going to pass the time a lot quicker that way. Or at least it'll feel like that you're passing the time. You're not going to die of boredom. But most games round around the 5, 10, 15 minute mark anyway, so it works out that way if you just play on PvP. It'll be much more enjoyable than this next alternative method that I'm going to be putting out there. So let's just say now that you are living under a rock, that you don't have any friends, that you don't like social interaction, that you just want to be alone, or that you have some housework to do at home, but you still need to gain some XP, or you don't have much time to play, but you want to get some XP. Well, here's another alternative method. Then you're going to want to listen closely to this because this is the most effective method of getting the highest amount of XP, or at least the most effective method that I've found anyway. Number 1, begin an arcade hero game. Self-explanatory there. Number 2, back out of the game if you end up rolling a map that has invincible turned on. You don't want that modifier activated. Trust me, you'll need to be able to take damage for this to work. Number 3, stay in the loadout menu for 10 to 15 minutes, or however amount of time you'd like, but remember that 15 minutes is going to be the maximum you're allowed before it starts blocking any extra XP that you're getting. Number 4, begin the game after that 15-minute mark has passed, or 10 minutes, and then kill yourself immediately. It preferably helps if you have grenades or Molotov or flamethrower in your inventory, because then you can just get the job done much faster. At number 5, hit retry and repeat steps 3 and 4 all over again. Just continue doing this and the XP just keeps going up and up and up. Now calculations show that you should be getting a level every single time you do the 15-minute mark. while you're in an arcade hero. If you're not getting a level, then you're going to be very close to getting a level. Kind of twisted that you have to kill yourself in the game in order to get the highest reward possible, but then again, sicker things have happened. Now, I wanted to show a demonstration. I wanted to show you guys a proper demonstration of this, or at least into play, but unfortunately on the very first time that I was attempting this, I ended up rolling a goddamn puzzle map. And what's worse is the puzzle map started me with nothing in my inventory, so I had no way to actually kill myself, and the run was a bust. I basically had to back out of it and then try again. Fortunately, the second roll that I did gave me everything that I needed in order to be able to show up this demonstration. So, this is the map. It starts off with Molotovs and grenades in the inventory. I ended up using all of those at the end. I stayed in the loadout menu for roughly 10 minutes before I decided to go in and do the job. I just activated a Google timer and just waited it out. It's kind of boring, but anyway, it still is the fastest method. It's kind of sad, really. Oh, and to clarify, yes, you do get more XP doing it this way than you would have just actually playing the game. It's just better to wait it out than to sit through multiple loading screens. I still say that your best bet on getting XP would be just actually playing the game. You know, either do PvP. If you're not into that, then go play some creator maps. Because there are certainly a lot of creators that would love to have their up and down vote. You could still wait until the 15-minute mark before you get the victory or defeat, whatever you prefer between one of the two. But yes, you're better off just playing the game. But I hope this guide serves you in your future battles on Far Cry 5.